today's pick a card reading. Let me just adjust my setup here for us. Okay, great. And today we're looking into abundance. Abundance in general. People think about abundance, of course, and they're thinking about financial abundance, and who of us doesn't enjoy a little of that? But the truth is that abundance is way more than money. And I am struck, of course, by nature, because you guys know that I am a nature fan, and the weather is getting warmer here in Tennessee, so I'm able to get out there. And hey, Kane, welcome. I'm just getting everything set up here, so thank you for your patience, everyone. Let's see here. Okay, get my Palo Santo. Okay, thank you for being so patient, you guys. Should be ready to go here shortly. Hi, Janice. Welcome. Welcome. I'm so glad that you guys are here. You get my cushions. Sometimes I wish I had an assistant to help me get all set. Okay. Oh, Magdalena. Oh, I wasn't sure you were going to join me. I know it's very late in your part of the world. And so let's see here. What is happening and why can't I get to what I want? Right. Okay. I'm just going to dive right in. Sometimes I have equipment things that I don't know exactly what's going on, but I'm not going to let that hold me back. We're talking about what is it that your person is thinking about you right now. And so I picked the abundance deck because if anything, isn't it true that if you have a person who's on your mind, on your heart, you could be cut off from them. They may have ghosted you, but there's people in your life that would just love to contact you and they just don't know how. And sometimes you can feel the lack of abundance in your life without that person, right? It's like your life kind of gets put on hold sometimes because of your concern for another. Sometimes you have dreams about people, and those dreams seem to bring up more questions than anything. And so that's what our approach is today as we go forward into these readings. So, as usual, the readings are for the collective. Hey, Rhoda, welcome. Readings for the collective. I'm using 3 decks. And if you want to have a personal reading, it's very easy. All you do is hit the super chat. Other than that, please sit back and enjoy these readings. I think that most everyone has somebody in their life that they're not in contact with, and they're so curious what's happening. Why are they standing apart from you? Why don't they answer your calls? Why don't they answer your texts, right? And so this can be really a confusing puzzle. So what is your person thinking about you right now? Okay, I'm just finished shuffling my tarot for us. Hold in your mind your person. Let's get started. Janice, I love it. See, he's wishing I would stop showing him stuff on Temu. Well, that's cool because Janice, when you think about it, what is that? What's behind that? What is it that he's not saying? What is it that he feels ill-equipped to say to you? That's what this reading is all about. Okay, so for our first card, let's pick one of our abundance cards. What your person is thinking right now. And we have the receiving card. Can you see that okay? Every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. So, your person, my dear viewer, your person has had a problem receiving, and you are so generous, and you're almost too generous in a way because you keep giving and giving, and you're not getting an equal. response from your person. And they may even refuse gifts. Hey, Serenity, welcome. Thank you, darling. I will get to you after this reading. I haven't seen you for a little bit. So, the thing is that when you are allowing yourself that your person doesn't receive for example, have you ever said to them, could I help you out with that? No, no, no. You get them a birthday gift and they think you shouldn't have spent your money on me, that they have a hard time receiving. So let's draw from our spacious tarot. I'm so excited about this deck. It's just wonderful. It's new for me. So let's take a peek and we'll pull our cards. And we have the Six of Cups, and we have the Elder of Cups. Oh, interesting emotional cards here. And we have the Child of Pentacles. Yes. Aw, this reading is so tender because your person loves you so much and they really are struggling because they don't know how to be a receiver. And so something's been happening in their life. I have to flip a light on here because it's a rainy day in Tennessee. It's a little dark in my there. Okay. Your person, there's in their past, in their childhood, there was a disruption in their ability to receive that they didn't know how they in a way what I'm seeing is that in their childhood they were almost the center point of giving. Sometimes you grow up so quick in your family because your parents either aren't there or you're displaced in some way in normal family routines, and so you might be kind of a servant heart and a source of other people's joy. And sometimes when that happens, you can have a broken receiver where your life is all about giving, 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 giving. And so it would make sense that you would attract someone who also had confusion about how to give and receive. But your person has been doing some spiritual work. Notice the hands are up in surrender. They love you so much and they are confused themselves. This Elder of Cups, they look to you like you are the expert in love, that they don't feel worthy of you. They feel that how could you love them? You may catch them sometimes saying things to you like, um, I'm not worth it. I'm not worthy of you. You're so much of a better person than me. Because here we have this Child of Pentacles. This is such an adorable little card. Look at that, where there's this little bear sitting in the field holding up a pentacle, wanting to understand the value of your relationship. That your person is so open-hearted to you. And you know what? This is going to sound like some odd advice potentially. I'm just noticing that the number 77 is repeated up on the top of the screen. So 77 is a very lucky number. You might want to look up the number 777 online and see what the spiritual message is there, because there's a lot of luck here. Now, even though it's counterintuitive, it may be a good idea for you to stop giving so much to your person. Now, please don't get me wrong, because your generosity is one of your gifts, but I feel like your person is overwhelmed and you're so generous that it makes them feel kind of guilty because they sense you are the master here and they don't know how to fit. Okay. So what I would suggest is that you gift, if you're gifting to your person, gift quietly, gift with service, where you might do favors for them anonymously. That when you give to them, you're a little bit less showy about it because this person is learning to receive and they're really starting to understand you in a deep way. But you still don't want to make it like where they would feel an obligation that they can't meet. Okay, does that make sense to you? It's an odd piece of advice, isn't it? But it's the part about, oh, another part of it is to allow them or receive from them whatever they give you. Be careful not to say things like, you shouldn't have spent that on me, or, anything that would be interpreted as a bit of criticism from you just because you know they don't have a lot. And when they invest in you with a gift or a generosity, you're really trying to be helpful. But there's some evening out that's going to happen. Your person is so eager to learn how to receive from you. Okay, and so our third deck today is the flower petals. Who of us doesn't like to receive flowers? And so the universe has flowers for you today. I think what I'll do is just put these down here. Can you see those okay? And then after each reading, I'll just draw right from the deck as it's spread. Okay, so this is your blessing. What flower wants to come out and speak to you for this reading? Let's take a peek. And we have jasmine. Success will be found if you hold on to hope. Yes, this person is feeling disjointed. They definitely miss you. They want to be connected. Their receiver has been broken, but they are starting to hear from the divine and they're beginning to open their hearts. Okay. Wonderful reading to start us off. Thank you so much for being here, my dear friends. And let's just go right back to our cards. Let me see here. I'm trying to stay organized. Okay, get my tea. Thank you very much, Bina, for helping me keep on track. And Serenity, welcome, my friend. Thank you for your super chat. And let's take a peek at what the universe has for you. What is your person thinking about you? What is it they want you to know? Let's take word for serenity. Now, don't be surprised if you don't receive a message from somebody else's personal reading. It's not uncommon at all in a reading like this that birds of a feather flock together. I say that every time. There's no accident that you're here. Thank you for stopping in. So, today's card for you, Serenity, is freedom. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. Can you see the string that's holding those hands together? They're trying to open up, right? They're trying to open up and be free, but there's still some bondage here. So it looks to me, Serenity, that the person that you're wondering about, they're feeling a little bit bondage. They're feeling some sort of entrapment, okay? And freedom is the meaning of your name. Oh my gosh, Nikuli, I wish I knew how to pronounce your name correctly. That's just beautiful. So don't be surprised if this message is right for you, my dear Nikuli. But Serenity, have you been clinging tightly to a person? Have you been hoping that they could do something for you? They could be something for you, and you're frustrated because your person is sensing that. There's a saying in my language, in English, that is if something's meant to be, you can let it go and it will return to you if it's meant to be yours. Many times we cling to things that we want, not being clued in to what it is. Is this person supposed to be part of your life right now? Or are you supposed to be releasing them into the freedom of making their own decision? So let's take a peek here at our cards, and we have the Hierophant. And the Nine of Wands, yes, yes, yes. Now, isn't it interesting when we look at our Nine of Wands and you see this crisscross of the energies and this crisscross of energies on that hand? So, this is a card of carrying a burden, that the person is feeling burdened and also kind of trapped. So it's the same reflected energy. So, Serenity, this could be about somebody in love, or it could be in your career or in your work. And this is the Eight of Wands. Okay. So, what we're seeing here, there is something that your person desires to communicate to you. They respect you. There's respect here, but there's a lot of busyness. Look at all the busyness going around in our card. That there's something I know that you desire a conventional, committed situation. And I look at the stones here, this reminds me of Stonehenge. There's something that's very old, very ancient in you, that there's a light of desire for what you want to connect with. And like I said, this could be in career or in love, where there's something deep within you that desires something light, but the situation has a lot of shadows on it. It can feel like a real risk to let this person go, to be able to look in the mirror and say, above all, I want for my person to feel free. Even if the person you feel there's a destiny and this person is your person, the fact is the circumstances are not lining up, are they? This is not easy. There's not a flow here. This mark with the white wands and the dark wands is a direct reflection of the light and shadow. So the universe wants for you to allow growth. The Eight of Wands is a very fast moving energy, and it's a call to you, an invitation for you to let go of this person or this thing in a way that allows the freedom of them to choose you. As you release this person, I have a couple of family members right now who I don't talk to much because our lives have steered us into different directions. I'm 72 years old and I've seen a lot of things come and go. And the persons that I wish that I could talk to, I perhaps would send them an email and they don't answer back, or they don't pick up the phone when I call. It's a trusting thing, isn't it? To trust the universe enough that you can let go. And if it is in your highest good and in their highest good that you reconnect, that will happen. Because as we learn to let go and stop clinging to something, the angels and the guides are racing toward us to help us overcome this. When you are feeling kind of stuck like this, what you're missing out on are all of the humans that you see every day who could relate to you. Just be friendly with you. Gaze into your eyes and say, you know what? I'm so glad you're my friend. Thank you for helping me out. Next time you go to the market, Serenity, watch for somebody that you can help. Can you hold the door open for someone? Can you ask if you can help carry something for someone? Even if they say no, by you reaching out to a different human than the one you're looking at, you will feel God's power. Okay? Let me draw a flower card for you. Flowers are such a symbol of abundance. When you look at the flower, first of all, there are more leaves than buds. And when the flower blooms, the petals are so numerous, each of them having value. Try today to practice gratitude for what it is that you do have today. Take your eye off of your person. It will serve you mightily to look at what it is you have right now to be grateful for. And here is your flower. It's the beautiful cornflower. Learn from friendships old and new. First of all, the cornflower is blue. The blue is the color of your throat chakra. There are new people in your life right now who would be blessed by your kindness and your respect. Okay. So, because of that, definitely take your eyes off your person right now. Let them live on their own and seek some new connections. Just day to day friendliness will make a huge difference for you. Okay, my friend, it's a little bit of a tough reading, isn't it? When the person that you so wish was in your life regularly, for whatever reason, it's not happening. Our ability to accept that will bring abundant blessings. And I know, Serenity, I know for sure that there are other people listening right now who absorbed some of your wisdom that you asked for. And that's to me is just a wonderful sign of how much we are all connected. Okay. Biggest hug to you, my dear Serenity. Now, Janice, thank you. Janice, you have gotten super chats before, and you just have no idea how much I appreciate your support of my little channel here. We have a very dedicated group of people who want to live their best lives and attract things that will enhance their current living situation. And Janice, I am grateful. Now, you guys who don't know me, I'm Catherine. This at Pattern Breaker Tarot, we're all about breaking up patterns that are just interfering with our ability to have more joy in our lives. Okay. So in a way, if this reading and Janice that you having a current relationship, this is even more important because we are not mind readers, are we? And I wished when I was married, which was a long time ago, I am I'm very enjoying my singleness at this point, and I'm learning to open my heart in case the universe has someone for me. But I remember when I was married, how often I would think if they could only read my mind. My life would be so much easier if my person could read my mind. And I guess I still think that in a way. But when you're with someone, it's important to be open to what the divine is telling you. Okay, so Janice, this is all about you and not about your person because as you come so humbly to ask, what could they be thinking? What you're saying is that you're opening your heart to make things better. Isn't that true? Oh, look at this card, individuality. Every person has their own personalized study plan in this Earth school. Janice, this is a fantastic reading for you. Oh, by the way, I am doing my readings for the month of February. So if anybody wants to have a full reading on the outlook for February, do email me because I can tell you how to do that and how to schedule that. And also, I do offer a reading. It does not involve cards. My love magnet reading is about your magnetism for receiving the love you deserve. Okay. So, what I do on these calls is I listen to your voice. I can pick up the vibration, the frequency of availability. How magnetic are you for the love you're looking for? It's about a 15 or 20-minute telephone call, and it's fun because we get to meet one another. You can talk to me, let me read your energy, and that's absolutely no charge. A full reading for February is the other option that I offer. So please do contact me if you're interested. And Janice, thank you for letting me do a commercial before I carry through with your reading. Now, let's get our tarot cards. So it does seem that your person, what's important to them is their individuality. This is where sometimes our own behavior can be a bit clingy or a bit demanding, or we're just out of touch with what our person's needs are. What I'm aware of here is this beautiful green bird right in the center. Green is the color of the heart chakra. So there's definitely love involved here. But as we look at these three different birds that are also here, it shows me that your person has a colorful personality. Is that fair, Janice? That your person has a colorful personality? And they may not be very good at speaking what they want. They may hope that you read their mind so that you know better how to communicate with them. Okay, because there's some energy around their uniqueness. And let's draw our tarot. And we have the Seven of Cups. And this is topsy-turvy, a lot of energy going on here. Some cups are emptying out. Some cups are, they're wiggling, they're not available to be filled. This cup is partially filled. So when it's coming to love, that does show there's a bit of confusion because this is cups. So it's about love, same as that green bird. Okay. And then we have the guardian of cups. Oh, wow. So interesting, Janice. This definitely has the feel for a relationship that's currently, it's ongoing right now. And then we have the judgment card. Okay. Okay. So, my dear Janice, thank you again for your support of my channel. I know that you have been a loyal follower and watching me for a long time. So, it does look to me that when it comes to your energy, that there's a bit of a mismatch, that one of you is feeling a bit more connected than the other. Okay. This Guardian of Cups to me shows me that the angels and the guides are right here. They're right here, right now, and they want to support you. This beautiful koi fish, can't you just sit and watch a koi fish pond and watch those fish swimming around? They're very free, aren't they? They go in whatever direction that they want to go. But if there is some food thrown onto the water, they flock to that food. So, what is this meaning? The Seven of Cups is showing that there are some choices to be made. And I'm feeling, because remember, this reading is all about you and how you relate to your person. Right now, I love when you made the comment about Timu, because chances are that your shopping is that your shopping habit is something that they don't understand. And that perhaps they're not a shopper, because a lot of men, and back in the day when I had my husband and we went shopping, there was not online shopping because I'm a very experienced human. And if we went to a store, he would say something to me like, "How long are we going to be in here?" And I would say, "Probably 45 minutes." And he goes, "But you only need to buy this, this, and this." I'm like, "Yes, but I love to browse. I would love to look in the store and see the things." Now that has transferred on to the internet, right? And when you go on to certain shopping sites, you can scroll and scroll and scroll. And as you're busy scrolling, your person is not involved. And could they be jealous of your shopping habit? Absolutely. They could be jealous of the time that you're spending. Okay. And because they are not a shopper, their path is a different path. So what I would say is happening for you, Janice. I would definitely I mean, this is strong advice. Do you want me to be bold, Janice? Shall I say it like I'm feeling it? Because the truth is, what if you did not do any scrolling when you're with your partner? What might happen? What could you do instead? Well, for me personally, I have just picked up crocheting and I haven't crocheted in years. But what kind of hobby did you used to do that was not scrolling? Changing the energy around what you choose to do. What do you love to do? And then also, what can you do with your person? One of my favorite clients, Janice, what she has started doing is taking a jigsaw puzzle. Now, that's because her partner likes jigsaw puzzles. So they'll sit down and they'll put one on a table and they'll work on it for several days. But she's choosing to do something that they love to do. Okay. So take an example. Let's say your person really loves detailing their car. You could go out while they're detailing the car and you could say, "Could I polish that hubcap?" Allow yourself to find out what this person would rather that you did instead of scrolling through your shopping apps. You may sense that they're being a bit judgmental, because you're like, "Wait a second, this is what I'm doing is not hurting anyone." This is my business, it's my life. I want to buy these things online. But this guardian of love stands right here. Notice the green leaves. I believe your message is to use some bait. Okay. Well, exactly. But I'm saying I appreciate that the scrolling, that you don't see the scrolling as part of it. But if you weren't scrolling, you wouldn't be able to show him so many things. If you're feeling judged, because excuse me, I'm going to say something that some people may not agree with, but let me just say it a different way. Some people, their only way of expressing themselves is like in a critical fashion where they're trying to communicate, but you can feel judged. Okay, so I love that you're saying this. There could not be a more clear message for you because if he doesn't enjoy showing you, he doesn't share the joy with you, stop doing it. I often hear I say to people, what is the change in your behavior that would get your person's attention? What can you do today that your person would think to themselves, wow, what's going on? Something's different. I don't know what it is, but something's different. Right now, the number 88 is at the top of my screen, Janice. Do look up the angel meaning of 88. I believe you are going to get a message. There's something special here. This guardian of love showed up for you to investigate. If he doesn't enjoy seeing the cute things, what does he enjoy? What hobbies does he have? What interests does he have? Chances are you're not interested in them to the same degree that he's not interested in your Timu things. But I would not be too critical of his not wanting to do it. Remember, the guardian of love wants you to use bait that he likes. If you go fishing and you're not catching fish, you have to change bait. So if you're not getting the loving attention that you're wanting, you will honor him so much by making a different choice because obviously he's thinking, why does she think I'm interested in this? Right? Let me draw a card from the flower deck. Thank you for for this reading today. Because with Valentine's Day coming, with February, the month of love, right? The month of love. With that coming, let's make a concerted effort. Go to your guides and angels and ask for the help that you're needing. Remember, Janice, I'm sorry, if you want to discover what your love vibe is and see where your magnetism is for your person, email me. I'd be more than happy. We can speak on WhatsApp or the phone, depending on where you live, and I'll give you a magnetism reading at no charge. Okay. Now, your flower card. Let's see what we have. The buttercup. Oh, I always think, suck it up, buttercup. Oh, this is perfect for you. Be ready. The best is on its way. So suck it up, buttercup. Make a promise today. I will never show him another Timu thing again, except for one way. If he comes to you and says, "You know what, Janice? I miss all those things on Temu. Can you show me some?" That would be excellent, right? But he's been clear about this. So use this buttercup message, try it out like an experiment. For the month of February, just keep your cute stuff to yourself. Okay, how can you lose? How can you lose? And also, it's a blessing that your man has sent this to you or you're sensing it from him. That's clear communication of his individuality. And even if y'all marry, even if you stay together for years, he needs to be an individual, and so do you. Okay. Excellent reading. I am positive that you are not the only person who will be blessed by this reading today, Janice. Thank you so much. In fact, I'm going to get my bell. I'm going to ring it because that is how important I think your message is, not only for you, but for the collective. Okay, moving forward. Hold on for a second. Let me clear the table and get ready for our next reading. Now, if you're new here, this is Catherine. Welcome. This is, I almost said fish out of water tarot, which is what I used to be. But right now I'm pattern breaking because we all have Self-sabotage. We all have patterns, and sometimes it separates us from the people that we love the most because they don't get us and we don't get them. So, what is your person thinking of right now as you listen? There's no accident you're here. Don't click away yet. It's a quick reading. Who is it that you wish would talk to you? Who do you dream about? Who comes into your mind? I wish I knew what they were thinking. This card is for you, my friend. Your path. Okay. Dear Lord, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. My dear friend, what's happening here clearly is that you are on a path. You have had to follow your heart and follow your own inner wisdom. May have moved, you may have chosen a new career. There's things that you have done that you're questioning. If I only would have chosen that, maybe this would be better. And so important that your person understands deeply what's going on. Your person is looking at you and they are seeing that you are on your path and they're not holding hard feelings towards you. They're trying to imagine, even though it's hard for them to be separate from you, that they are wanting for you to be well. Okay, let's gather our tarot cards for more clarity. This is a beautiful gift that even though they don't understand why you are not in their life right now, that they are open and wanting for your highest good. So we have justice here. And again, this kind of the imagery here of the yin and the yang, the white and the black, and look at the ripples of energy that are just leaving, they're exuding, they're radiating. There was a black and white choice that your person needed to do what they did. They broke up with you, they left you. It was something they felt there was no option. This could also signify that that if they did this, it would be the same way. That whatever choice is at the bottom of this separation, you guys had to walk your separate paths. There is no question here. I haven't even pulled the rest of the cards, but it looked like a black and white decision. This could be someone who passed away and is no longer on this plane because what happened was crystal clear. It was supposed to happen. And your feelings right now about wondering where they are and what they're thinking is valid, but it's just important for you to realize this was a karmic situation. There was nothing that could be done. The Four of Cups. So this, in a way, this reminds me, okay, so here, look at all of the energy that's radiating from this choice, and then look at the ripples of energy as the river comes forward here. It's right under the path that these ripples are coming forward, and we have these four cups that are isolated, and they're on that island with all of this energy rushing around them. This is separation, isn't it? These cups are separated from the shore. The cups are the suit of our emotions. So, okay, let me draw. This is a very deep reading here. Thank you for leaning in. It being ghosted, being separated, losing someone, either through death or through a breakup. Sometimes you could be fired from your job. There's times in life you cannot escape. A separation is part of your path. In our last card here, we have strength. So you have two major arcana here, justice and strength. And the strength, if you look at it, it's in the desert. Again, I'm seeing this sense of loss on these cards. So if you, my dear viewer, somebody just hit the thumbs up. Yeah, I do feel this very intense energy right now of an ending. And it's an ending that has left you feeling very ill at ease. You were not ready for this ending. There was a part of you that thought that this connection would last a long time. Okay. And so, because of that, you've kind of gotten stuck and feeling this isolation. So, what this card is telling, I'm going to read this again. Imagine, pull into your mind, okay, the person that is missing, the thing that is missing, pull it into your mind and imagine that this is their prayer. Dear Lord, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. So your person is walking a path of fear and disillusionment. Okay. Your person doesn't understand either. So the two of you have this situation where you both are in some fear and illusion. Illusion is an untruth. Illusion means you're not seeing the forest for the trees because whatever happened, it's permanent and there's nothing you can do about it. This energy here, the beautiful energy of air that's encouraging you, it may feel unjust, it may feel unfair. Life is that way. Life's along. Bad things happen to good people. There's nothing you can do about life unfolding. The only thing we can do is to adjust our reactions. Okay, so today there's no accident, my friend, that you happen to click on my channel and that you are watching this particular situation because this isolation that you're feeling is normal, but there is love for you. There are people in your life right now waiting for you to see them. There's people that you're connected to right now waiting for you to see them so they can reach a lifeline to you and draw you forward. The strength card is just, I love that it's a blossoming cactus. Cactuses don't blossom without rain. Okay. The desert is a place where we can go to reformulate ourselves, to decide, okay, what are we going to make of things? Yes, we've been through loss, but I want my path to be clear in front of me. Notice the storm clouds are departing, the sun is coming back out. Your strength as you've walked through this is remarkable. Today, your person wants you to know they're okay. They are okay. They're a little bit fearful, and so are you. But as you walk your separate paths, you are going to find connection again. This is the promise. And like I said, I believe there are four people or four situations right now where you are going to feel connected. Now, let me give you some advice. The very first thing I want you to do is I want you to get out a piece of paper and a pencil, and I want you to hold your person in your mind and scribble. Just scribble and scribble and scribble and scribble till your arm is sore. And when you feel grief and fear and confusion, scribble harder. There's something magical about scribble journaling. You don't have to try to say words. You can just scribble out your emotion. That's number one. Number two, find a corner of your life that is cluttered. It could be a drawer. It could be your refrigerator. It could be under your bed. Go out and get those dust bunnies that are under your bed. But declutter something in your natural life. It will help break up the congestion that you're having. Okay. My heart goes out to you, my friend. Please do write to me. If this is you, do write to me and let me know what's going on because my heart goes out to you. There is such unexplainable loss that happens that you get very wrapped up in the grief of it. Okay. And I would love to hear your story and to be able to write you back an email of encouragement. Okay. Let's draw your flower card. This very first card here at the end is calling to me. Put yourself in priority. Let your person rest with God and with the angels because what's happening is that you need to step out onto your own path. Prioritize yourself. Okay. Let's take a peek and we have the peony. Prosperity can be assured if you care well for tomorrow. Now, prosperity can certainly have to do with money, but having a prosperous life is way bigger than money. It's all about deriving, pulling the pleasure that you can out of every day, squeezing the juice out of life. When you prepare for tomorrow, you step out of the turmoil of what's going on right now. So use that scribbling technique and do some decluttering. By decluttering, by throwing away things that you don't need anymore, or by giving away things that you don't need anymore, you clear your way for your path forward. Okay. Just a very dear reading for my dear friend, whoever it is that is going through this situation with releasing your person, know that we are all here for you. You guys hit that heart button over to the right on your chat. See that little heart? Press that. Let's bless our person who's receiving this reading because I know it feels like how could life go on without the person? But you just have to realize that there's a path that goes both ways. Okay. If you are in alignment here, and you want to support, please hit the thumbs up and join my channel. If you enjoy this reading and you enjoy seeing how these cards can inspire you, go ahead and hit the subscribe and share this video with somebody that you know could use the information. Wow, these are deep readings today, my friends. I respect you so much for your heart that's holding on to your person in spirit and wanting to know what is going on with your person. Let me take a sip of tea here. And let's move on for my dear friends in the collective. Okay, hold on to your person. Okay, if you're here right now, this reading is for you. Hold on to the person you're wanting to know what they're thinking. What are they thinking? Let's take a peek and see. Are you having fun? Are you enjoying the readings today? Oh my goodness, we're getting kind of hit on the head, aren't we, with the darker emotions, the things that are causing pain in our person. So your person is having grief. Let's be quite frank about it. Tears are what happens when the ice in the heart melts. Okay, so you have a person in your mind who's been hard. They've been perhaps critical. They've been hard for you to deal with. This might be a person that you're in no contact with, that is holding a lot of anger, that they're just not sure what it is, that you felt separation for them. And it could be, I mean, there's some families that after a loved one passes over, that they never talk about them again, that it's as if the person never existed. And this can be very difficult in building relationships because if the heart freezes, the personality freezes. And quite often it freezes into a form that is not their best self. Okay, so your person is having grief today. And so let's just take that in. Let's put, if you would, if you're watching me right now, just go ahead and put your hand on your heart and take a couple of breaths just to support the people who have a loved one who is grieving. Okay, take a breath. This is a reading particularly for someone who has a family member or friend who is in grief. If this is not you, don't worry, I'll pull another card in a second. But it can be very difficult to figure out how to support someone you know who has lost a loved one or lost something valuable to them, or even lost a job. All of these things can trigger grief. So let's see what's going on. Their heart is melting. So that's a good sign. Let's see what the cards have. So we have the Two of Pentacles, and we have the Six of Wands, and we have the Explorer of Cups. Okay, This is such a heartwarming reading. If your family member or your friend has recently experienced a great loss, there's a big promise here for them. Okay, there's grace. I've got goosebumps covering my chest right now. I really feel a sense of warmth. I can feel in my body this thawing that's going on. They are realizing that they've cut off people and they've cut themselves off. They've isolated themselves in their grief. They're starting to feel the desire to be connected again. So, my goodness, please don't give up on your person. Love them. Hold them in a place of honor. I know it can be difficult when somebody cuts you off when they're grieving. One of my dear neighbors passed away from cancer last year. And in the last few months of her life, she isolated from all of her friends. She closed her door. She did not want her human connections, and it hurt so many people's feelings. They got hurt because her grief froze her personality, and she couldn't understand why, how to connect. Okay. But this is not true of your person. They're starting to warm up. And perhaps it's even your prayers or your generosity that's helping them open, but they're kind of trapped in a loop here. They know the value of having human connections, but they haven't been able to take action on it. They may have a diagnosis. This is a very particular read right now for someone, but you may have a friend who just got a bad diagnosis and they are shut off. They are so much in grief for what's happening in their life that it's not, you can't get in. It's a locked system. But your person is starting to feel the light. See the light coming in? They miss you. They wish that they could communicate with you, but it's just not happening for them in a way they can understand. The Six of Wands, notice that we have these three wands that are white and the three wands that are black, light and shadow. The universe, the angels and the guides, the divine, is thawing the heart. Okay, so this work that's been going on with your dear person has been out of everybody's hands. This person has been crying out to vacant space. They perhaps don't even feel connected to the divine because they're so hurt. This so often happens. I remember one time I had a bad diagnosis, and it was 17 years ago that I went through a very serious illness, and it was terrible. And I'm no kidding, you guys, when I went through it, I was so mad at God. I was furious. I was in grief. Anger's a sign of grief. And I was saying to the divine, I don't care, I don't believe anymore. If I and I was teaching the Bible back then. I mean, I was a very spiritual person. And I was so angry. And I was like, I'm not going to do any teaching anymore. I'm not going to work with people. I'm not going to inspire people. I'm out. I'm done. Okay. Well, and you know what? My job, if I recovered, I wanted to be a toll taker in the highway where I would take people's money for the toll road and I would say, have a nice day. That was it. I had zero motivation to be in self-help. And now look where I'm at. I'm a grandmother with a bleeping YouTube channel, right? So the universe definitely had a sense of humor when I was going through this. And then it paid off. I ended up being a hospice volunteer, and also I ran a grief group at the pet cemetery. So God took my grief and turned it into something beautiful. So your person that they're thawing out right now is fantastic for everyone on the planet. This is a congratulations card. Isn't that interesting? The wreath of victory. So universe wants you to know that your person is in a process that's paying off. And you may feel cut off and you may be angry about it, but this Explorer of Cups, what a beautiful card. Cups are about love. Okay. So the universe is asking you, I have to have a cup of my tea. Hold on. The universe is asking you to take a different view. Okay, how can you love and support your person if they don't let you in? How can you? One, I was taught this many time a long time ago. Somebody said the best way to pray for someone is to imagine yourself standing right behind them, whispering in their ear, "You can do it. You can do it. Don't give up." And that's what this advice is. Don't get personal. Don't think that your person is trying to hurt you. They are grieving. And grief is a very difficult thing to go through. The last thing they need is for you to be ticked off at them, right? You have to trust that they're in the hands of the divine. The divine is untangling and giving them options and helping them be thirsty and hungry for human touch. Okay. The explorer of love. How can you love your person in a different way? Like I said, in the last reading. If you're very frustrated, there's two things you can do. I know I'm a broken record, but the first thing is do what I call scribble journaling. You grab a piece of paper and preferably a crayon because it's fun, but scribble, 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 scribble until your arm wants to fall off. And as you're scribbling, allow the mixed feelings, the feelings of anger and disappointment towards your dear person. Scribble, scribble, scribble. And then flip the paper over and write down why you're hurt. Okay. Another added step is you could shred or burn this paper because you holding a hard feelings towards your person is not serving either of you. Be an explorer of love. How can you throw love to this person when they're ignoring you? And the last tip, it always works. It never fails to get your energy jazzed back up. And that is to clean out a closet, clean out a drawer. I should probably call myself declutter tarot because I do want people to understand whenever you're feeling stuck, the quickest way to turn the energy back on is to throw away stuff you don't need. Give away things that you are not using. I cannot explain how this works, but it works to recycle energy and lift your spirits. Okay. So, my dear friends, with the person who is grieving, let's see what is your flower blessing here. And we have the Gerbera daisy. Gerbera? How do you say that? I'm not sure. And it's show appreciation and joy shall follow. The daisy, you know how they go, he loves me not. He loves me, he loves me not. That game where you go back and forth trying to decide if the person loves you. What this is showing is that if you can simply show appreciation for your person, today, are you familiar with the works of Abraham Hicks? Abraham Hicks is a YouTube channel. You can Google them, look them up. They have books and videos, but they always talk about making a list of positive aspects. So take your person, put their name at the top of the paper, and write down what you appreciate about them. It always works. They do care for you, but right now they are so wrapped up in their grief, they cannot express it. There's not enough energy for them to express it. Okay. All right. So we have time for another here. So if anybody's here and wants a personal reading, this is the time. Hit the super chat so you make sure that I pick up on your energy before we leave today. Murphy has been so good. Everybody send love to Murphy. He's sitting behind me on my chair, snoozing. I always appreciate he when he's relaxed during the readings. Excuse me, and not barking and distracting. So thank you, Murphy. Okay, let's look at the cards now. So somebody wants to know what you're thinking. They are thinking about you. There's something going on. There's a live connection. So if you are out of contact with this person, what is it that will guide you in understanding where they are? Okay. Wow. Thank you so much, Janice. I appreciate that. I'm just going to read what you wrote because it's so beautiful. What my guide does for me to help me get through the grief of losing my brother is just do something for me that might seem insignificant to everyone, but means the world to me. Thank you so much for adding that. That's the explorer of love, right? Gives me goosebumps, Janice. No, it obviously cares about you. obviously cares for you. So are you planning to take my advice about not showing, notice my finger going back and forth? Are you going to do that experiment for the month of February and just cease and desist from showing him cute things? Let me know. Okay, reframe. All right, reframing is so important to learn how to reframe, how to look at your situation with a different vocabulary. So let's see. This is happening for me, not to me. Okay, this is happening for me, not to me. So it's very interesting. What I'm picking up here is that your person used to be a bit of a complainer. Used to be, maybe that's part of why you cut things off or you walked away from your person because no matter what you said, they complained. No matter what you did, they had something negative to say. They were truly a negative Nelly. Okay, so a negative Nelly. Good for you, Janice. Atta girl. Take that advice. Because how it can't hurt. I mean, if you see no change in him, by time March comes, you can just dive back in. But I would say it's safe to say that if when he asks you to see something cute, you'll be prepared because you can make a Pinterest board and you can put all your cute favorite things onto a Pinterest board just by doing screenshots, right? And that would be a good way for you to do this without involving him. Okay, so now we're doing about reframing. So your person, what they are thinking, what they think about you, is that you do have a gift for you have a gift for translating things that don't work into more positive language, and they like that. You know, instead of saying, I was incarcerated for 3 years, and it really changed my life. I was incarcerated, and that you might say, I've had a colorful past." So you completely change the language because it's true, right? If you've been incarcerated, that's a sad, sorry thing. And you may be living right now clean and sober and ready to have life. But if you keep saying that you're incarcerated to people, it makes them feel bad. It wakes up the victim energy. Whereas if you say, I've had a colorful past, people lean in toward you. So they see when they think about you, they are aware of your ability to reframe things into a positive story and see this itty bitty gift. I feel like they're getting it, that they understand now what you used to always talk about when you spent more time together. And so we have the Seven of Pentacles, right? The Seven of Pentacles is about working at something, it's about growing something. Okay. And so it's cool. I mean, you may not be in contact with your person right now, but you had that influence on them. And when they think about you, they realize what a gift it is to release yourself. There's a word called awfulizing, where everything has to be expanded. Like if something bad happens, this is the worst thing that has happened in my whole life. That's what's called awfulizing, when in reality, it's just a blip on the radar of life. I'm kind of an expert at reframing, and that's a lot of reason why people like to work with me because even if something terrible happened, there is a way to neutralize it with your language. Ten of Cups. Wow. This is very interesting. And we have the Five of Swords. Okay. Okay, so this is great. I love this reading. Yeah, very interesting. So what we have here is we have this setup. The Ten of Cups is a happily ever after card. So it looks to me like your person may be coming back in your direction. Okay, that this mindset that they had, the negative, always dwelling on what's the worst case scenario. They have to watch the news 24/7. They're the worst case scenario. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. And this is not you at all. You're someone who lets things roll off your back. You're just less troubled about things that you can't control. Okay. And this has been a gift for you that through life you've just learned that it seems awful for a minute, but then as time passes, things change. So your person has been doing some work. They're starting to own their personality. You told them, you were clear about it when this separated, that it's their negativity did not feel good and you needed to have something fresh. And this person does want to have a happily ever after energy where things are be able to blend together. Notice that each cup is holding a different color, that as they're all emptying into the center space, it's mixing together beautifully. Learning how to reframe the positivity, reframe what's happening to positivity can really help. Now I'm noticing Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth. And I'm going to use you as an example. I hope you don't mind. But when Elizabeth says, I wish I had someone, saying that is a heart pull, right? Because I can feel the loneliness that you're sensing. I wish I had someone. And so how could you reframe that in a way that would not carry a excuse me, I'm just going to be blunt because it's my style, but there's what I call poor me energy. Okay. Poor me. And that's what's here in the Five of Swords. We have this victimy kind of, ah, poor me, my life is not complete because I don't have someone. So that's what I'm saying with how simple it is to change our language, reframe it. Okay, so Elizabeth, here are some examples of how I would reframe what you said and just keep it true because it's important. You can't bullshit yourself. You have to be true and real. So the reality is, you wish you had someone. So here's one way. Even though there's a lot of great things happening in my life, I know I would enjoy having a partner. Can you feel the difference? I wish I had someone. Or even though I have some wonderful things happening in my life, the truth is, I would really enjoy meeting someone. Even though I've spent a lot of years alone, the truth is, I would enjoy exploring life with another person. Can you feel it? So, these kinds of shifts that we can do with our own energy, I can't explain how it works, but in magnetizing yourself to love, reframing is a true gift. Another thing is, notice, Elizabeth, and everyone else who wishes they had someone, notice the friendly people that are in your life right now. When you go to the market and somebody smiles at you, you hold the door open for someone and they look at you and say, Thank you. Realize that that is a loving gesture. Love comes from everywhere, not just from some magical person who will be there for you. These swords represent your thoughts and the thoughts that are not working. Okay, so there's no question that part of what's going on is not working. And for those of you who are thinking of someone in the distance, they admire the fact that you are able to detach from difficult things. That's one of your strengths, and they want to operate like that. This could have two different meanings. One, this person may return to your life and they may show you by their behavior and their language that they're functioning differently. But also, this could be that both of you go forward having learned the lessons you've learned. The butterflies are flying away. But what you learned through this person empowers you to attract your true love. Okay. Learning how to reframe is critically important. I'm going to do a tapping video and I'm going to I'll do it today. It's a nice rainy day, perfect for a tapping video. And I will do a tapping video on the power of reframing and the habit of awfulizing and making it seem like my life is completely off. My life is miserable because I don't have a person. If you're radiating that energy, people are going to run away from you. What's attractive is someone who has satisfaction, that they understand that sometimes we're single, but the truth is you can have a lot of happiness and pleasure being single, and that's what makes you attractive to a partner material. Okay, so let's draw one of our flower cards, and we have Daphne. I didn't even know there was a flower called Daphne. I had a dog named Daphne once. True love. Okay. What pleases us most shapes us. Oh, this is a beautiful message. I could change it. Our words shape us. So, with if something is off and not working, our words shape us. The stronger you speak about your situation, the more positive you will become. Okay, my friends, this has just been a wonderful morning. I love my new deck. How about you guys? Do you like our new cards? I love them. They have helped me so much today to help you. And I look forward to our next live reading, which will be on Saturday. So please do come back and join me on Saturday. Thank you for hitting the subscribe and the thumbs up. Thank you for all of the love and support from my new friends and old friends. I release you to your highest good. Go forth and prosper, and know that your person is on their block and they do hold you in high regard. And there's a reason for you guys to be separate right now, and it's all good. Okay, my friends, we'll see you soon. Bye now.